Right now, well, we are facing a chance of icy roads tonight. The folks in Northern California are dealing with rains called historic in nature.
Also, we now know when the Packers are playing on Sunday for a chance to get to the playoffs. And Packer backers are ready for that matchup with the Lions.
Well, you knew they would be. And hear how a huge northern Wisconsin band makes a big impression during the Tournament of Roses parade. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Another mild January day, but there are some changes on the way.
There is a weather advisory, and some in our viewing area could be in for possible icy roads. So let's get right to the Weather Center and meteorologist Greg Barnhart. Greg?
Yeah, we do have that storm coming up, and most of us will be on the warm side, but there is that cold layer that's sitting at the surface with that warm air coming aloft that's going to produce some wintry mix, and mainly north and northwest of the area. Right now, we got cloud cover coming up. Most of the snow is to the north, and the rain is well to the south. We see temperatures right now, 34 degrees in Madison, a little bit colder up to the north, warmer to the south. Bigger picture, this whole system came from California. It's pretty big. It's actually got severe weather to the south, but it's bringing up a lot of warm air ahead of it, and that's the problem we're going to have with this cold air near the surface. Where there you see the temperatures in the 40s to the south. We're in the 30s, so we have a warm front that is going to be spreading up north of our area, and that's what's going to be causing the problems. As you zoom into temperatures right now, 32 in Madison, 33 in Lone Rock. Further south, 37 in Janesville. So that's where the warmer air conditions are right now. But locally, we're sitting right around that freezing mark, or 34 or 35 degrees, which is, like I said, it could be trouble when you have precipitation come with that. We're going to time it out. It looks like 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit too early, maybe after midnight for Madison to see some of that precipitation. Western areas, maybe around 10. It's going to be close, whether it's going to be rain or freezing rain for some areas, because we're only sitting at 33 or 34. So something to keep in mind of. Right now, radar, you can see there's your activity to the up north and to the south that's coming yet. So far, not bad. Dew points are critical right now. Upper 20 dew points means that temperature may fall down to that temperature or close to it when you start raining. So that's when you can get some freezing rain. Western areas, northern areas, that's what we're really looking at right now. The advisory starts 9 p.m. up to the north, or midnight as you go further north of Madison too. I'll time out when to expect that freezing rain and when we'll actually see everyone change to rain a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Heavy rain and more snow are in the forecast for Northern California after a New Year's storm brought deadly flooding, high winds, and landslides.
And thousands are still without power. Nichelle Medina reports.
As the sun rose in Northern California Monday, the damage from the massive holiday storm can be seen everywhere. Some vehicles overturned, others submerged. Many residents in Sacramento County have been ordered to evacuate after the historic rains caused at least 2 levees to breach.
We have a lot of people that are coming from other places.
We've had many people check in on us because they live a little bit further out.
First responders made dozens of water rescues, including this man who was airlifted to safety.
The individual got swept into the current away from the vehicle.
The floodwaters turned deadly for at least one person near the town of Wilton.
A person was found deceased who had been trying to drive through the water.
In San Francisco, the powerful atmospheric river storm on New Year's Eve flooded streets and caused muddy landslides. The storm also brought more than 8 feet of snow to the Sierra Nevadas, which shut down roads and even closed many ski resorts. As the system heads east through the Rockies, avalanche warnings are in effect. An avalanche was caught on camera in downtown Telluride this weekend. In Southern California, the San Bernardino County Fire Department released photos of a family being rescued from a truck that was stuck in floodwaters. Crews brought all 3 to safety. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, San Diego.
Now, this storm provided some much-needed precipitation to California. Of course, the past 3 years have been the state's driest on record, but meteorologists say it is likely too early to tell if this week's storm will make a significant impact.
Tomorrow will mark a new day for 134 lawmakers in Wisconsin and 5 other top state leaders. It is Inauguration Day, when Governor Tony Evers will be sworn in for a second term, and many others will begin their first. Here's what you need to know. Nearly a quarter of the state assembly is turning over, with 24 new members slated to be sworn in. On the Senate side, just 7 new senators in the 33-member body will take their oath of office. Live streaming and comprehensive coverage will happen all day tomorrow on Channel 3000 Plus and here on News 3 Now. We caught up with one of those brand new legislators today, Melissa Ratcliffe, a longtime Dane County supervisor from Cottage Grove. She comes with a lot of experience, not just on the county board, but also the Cottage Grove Village Board. The paralegal is holding a lot of open office hours going into Inauguration Day and expects to work across the aisle with Republicans on issues like shared revenue and rural broadband. But first, she has to get started.
The beginning of December, we had a couple of days of freshman orientation, just kind of a in-depth kind of a primer of what to expect in the legislature. And we also have had a lot of, I've had a lot of outreach from my colleagues, my Democratic colleagues, about what to expect and always being available if I do have questions too.
She's one of several new state lawmakers in the south central Wisconsin area.
And as a new session of Congress gets underway tomorrow, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy still trying to win the backing of some in his party to become Speaker of the House. McCarthy agreed to some rule changes, including the ability of any 5 members of the majority party to initiate a vote to remove the Speaker. He also agreed to establish select committees to investigate President Biden's COVID and border policies and to reviews of the FBI and DOJ's investigations into former President Trump and the January 6th riots.
He stood there in front of the conference and went through item by item and helped negotiate a rules change package that was broadly endorsed, including changes that I personally wouldn't have done.
Most Republicans do support McCarthy, but the GOP holds such a narrow majority in the House, he can only afford to lose 4 votes before falling under the 218 vote threshold to win the speakership. Well, the schedule has been set now. The NFL announcing today the Packers, they'll play the Lions this Sunday night, a 7:20 kickoff.
It's going to be a long wait, all day waiting for that. Our Andrew Banstra found out today the fans are ready for the matchup. Andrew?
That's right. Now, times were tough in the frozen tundra just a few weeks ago, but the Pack are back. Heading into the final week of the season, it's win or go home, and for the Packer backers not heading up north to Lambeau for Sunday night's game, they'll still have a game day experience right here in Madison.
ESPN gave the Packers a 3% chance at making the playoffs after Week 12. They were 4-8 with 5 games left. Fans were asking themselves, is it time to move on from the reigning NFL MVP? Is it Jordan Love time?
You know, we've all seen some of the commentary outside as we went from 4-8 to 5-8 to 6-8, and nobody's worried about the Packers and blah, 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 blah. Now what are you going to say?
Not much they can say. The formula for the Packers is simple. Win this week and you're in the playoffs. For bars like Scotty's, the Packers' good fortune is good for business.
Those are when we really see an uptick, and I think with these last couple games being do or die, where essentially the season's over if we lost any of these games, we're expecting a big crowd kind of playoff-like atmosphere this coming Sunday.
Packers tickets are hard to come by as it is, and this weekend it'll be even harder. That's why fans like Bob Schrader are staying in Madison, tailgating and watching at Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
Tailgate part of the experience, right? So you're with your friends, with your family, good food, good drink, good times.
Even if you don't go to Lambeau, you can still get that game day experience surrounded by green and gold.
But it's nice having it on a bunch of different TVs, having a ton of people around you. If there's like yesterday's game, every turnover, the crowd's going nuts. So it's nice having that excitement just with everybody else around you.
When the Packers were 4-8, no one even saw a path to the playoffs. And even if he didn't say it, Rodgers looked at the remaining schedule and thought, let's run the table.
And I just felt like if we get one of those, that we can win the last 5. And 9-8 was going to get in. Didn't really go around saying that because you don't really want to say, hey, if we just get one of these next 3, you know, we can maybe make the playoffs. But in my head, that's what I was thinking.
The Packers opened as 3.5-point favorites for this weekend's game against the Lions. And if you're trying to score tickets, act now. We checked a couple hours ago, and Ticketmaster still had a couple hundred left, starting at about 140 a pop.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. That'll be a good one. Not your parents' Lions either. They're pretty good. The 109th edition of the Rose Bowl is underway right now in Pasadena. 7th-ranked Utah, 9th-ranked Penn State. This is the last time the Rose Bowl is guaranteed to feature the time-honored pairing of the Pac-12 and the Big Ten teams playing this game, the game's status as a college football playoff semifinal next season, then the expanded playoff in 2024 has put the future in flux for the sport's oldest active bowl game. One thing that doesn't change, the Tournament of Roses parade. And earlier today, the 134th Rose Parade marched down Colorado Boulevard. It was themed Turning the Corner. The parade celebrating the new year and optimism that the pandemic will be in the rear view mirror. Now, this year's parade featured a Wisconsin touch.
Oh, this band, this is what Rose Parade is all about. An incredible story to tell here, combining musicians from 11 different high schools. This is Wisconsin Northwoods Marching Band from Minocqua, Wisconsin.
Minocqua, otherwise known as Minocqua. More than 400 students from those schools made the bus trip out to Los Angeles.
What a moment for them.
Great job. It's such an amazing event. Also to come, your complete forecast as we keep an eye on the chance for some snow and freezing rain in the area tonight.
Plus, a closer look at dangerous driving habits that seem to be making a comeback on American roads.
And no stocks today. The markets were closed for the New Year's Day observance. They'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll be back in a moment.
New in 2023, eye care Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. Eye care is looking out for you and your health.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
You.
They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Kevin McCarthy is struggling to get support behind his vie for Speaker of the House. We ask local political scientists where Wisconsin's leaders stand, examining the discourse surrounding the candidate tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like for tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Welcome back. The Vatican estimates that 65,000 people have filed past the body of Pope Benedict as he lies in state.
The former pontiff died Saturday at the age of 90. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. The age of 95, and he'll be laid to rest on Thursday. People hoping to say a final goodbye poured into St. Peter's Square throughout the day. Before the crowds arrived, Benedict's closest aides prayed over him in a monastery at the Vatican. A silent procession in the still dark morning hours took the Pope Emeritus to St. Peter's Basilica. The basilica's archpriest blessed his body with holy water and incense before the doors opened to the public.
Well, this is a live look. Santos, Brazil, where mourners are paying their final respects to the soccer great Pelé. He died Thursday at the age of 82 after a battle with cancer. His coffin placed on the stadium field where he scored some of his greatest goals in his career. His burial will take place in a nearby cemetery tomorrow.
Actor Jeremy Renner is in critical but stable condition with injuries that he suffered in a weather-related accident while plowing snow this morning. It apparently happened at his home in Nevada. Renner has starred as Hawkeye in multiple Marvel projects, along with 2 Mission Impossible films, as well as Arrival, American Hustle, and 28 Weeks Later. New Year's and the days surrounding it are some of the deadliest on U.S. roads, taking about 4,000 lives a year.
Drinking and driving is a big reason why, but a new report finds risky behavior is happening all year round. Astrid Martinez reports from New York.
In May, police responded to the scene of a deadly crash that took the life of NFL player Jeff Gladney and his girlfriend. Investigators say Gladney was speeding in this vehicle when he clipped another SUV. He lost control, flipped into a bridge pillar, and the car burst into flames.
The risk profile of drivers out on the road today is fundamentally riskier than it was before COVID.
Jake Nelson from AAA says many risky behaviors that were declining are making a comeback.
The number of people who admitted to driving while impaired by alcohol, cannabis, speeding, texting while driving, a whole range of risky driving behaviors has increased dramatically.
A new survey finds the percentage of drivers who admit speeding actually fell to 45% in 2020, but then jumped to more than 50%. Driving impaired is also a problem. The number of people who admitted smoking cannabis before getting behind the wheel is up more than 13%. Drinking and driving rose almost 24%. The results come as traffic fatalities increased more than 10%. Many of those deaths were from speeding.
The number of people who both say that speeding is a dangerous activity to engage in, but also admit to doing it themselves has increased over the last several years. You would have to travel 100 miles, traveling 80 miles per hour instead of 75 miles per hour just to shave off 5 minutes from your travel time.
Nelson says the faster someone is driving, the higher the risk of causing a deadly crash. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Well, hopefully our roads can stay clear for a while. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart, your first warn forecast. Greg?
Yeah, unfortunately, there will be some areas that won't, because right now the situation is pretty good. We got really the cold air to the surface, so we're going to get all precipitation types here, rain to sleet to snow. But right now, we're getting that warm area loft that's coming above us, and that's going to be increasing. So as the areas to the surface stay below freezing, that's when you get the freezing rain. Eventually, this warm air loft will win out tomorrow or later tonight, and we'll all be above freezing. But in the meantime, we're kind of battling that right now for this evening through tonight, and that's why we do have the freezing rain potential going on right now. Big picture, they got more ice as you go further north. This is where some of the areas could see ice storm. We're talking significant ice accumulation. Winter weather advisories would have an ice, snow, sleet, all that combination. And then further north to Minneapolis, where you get more in the cold air, that's where they're having more just the snow, and that's why they got winter storm warnings out right now. So that's the big picture going on right now. For travel-wise, like I said, it's going to be kind of messy the next few days. Once we get past tonight and the freezing rain, we'll deal with just mainly rain or drizzle tomorrow. The change over to snow is more Tuesday night, then a break, and then maybe Wednesday night into Thursday when we get on the backside of the system and the cold air. Then we might get maybe 1 to 3 inches. Nothing real significant, but we will see a change over to snow eventually. But in the meantime, get through tonight, because that's probably going to be the worst travel conditions is really tonight. So overall, you see the system in the south that's going to spread the rain up here. Pink, obviously, is mixed. Blue is the snow, and then as you get further north, you can see actually thunderstorms further south, too, with the amount of rain coming up. That spreads across the area later tonight. We see another wave then tomorrow spread up about noontime, and then we'll probably see another break, too. And then you see the low really spinning off to Iowa. Eventually, that's going to come across our area. We're going to get on the backside, and that's what the snow eventually will come to our area, probably coming Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. Overall, tonight, you see the temperatures are hovering around freezing. Warmer conditions to the south as this comes through southwestern Wisconsin. that's the problem right now. 32, 33, it spreads more towards midnight, towards south central. If you're south of Madison, towards Platteville, all the way down to Janesville, it's probably going to be all rain. That won't be a problem. Anywhere north, it's really going to be a tricky area like US 14 and then further north of exactly how it starts off as and then when it transitions overnight. So that's why we have some issues going on. By the time we get to mainly like 3 or 4 in the morning, the warm air is going to be pushed further north, so everyone should be seeing just rain. And then as you wake up, it might see a break in the action for the morning commute, and then we'll see another wave come through later tomorrow. But once again, tomorrow, just some light rain on and off, maybe even afternoon drizzle. Temperatures to see will be in the mid-30s, so we're not expecting any type of road conditions then tomorrow. That's the good news. For ice accumulation, really could see a 100 to 200s, even maybe a 10th as you go further north. And once again, it doesn't take much on roadways. This is more of a road issue. It's not going to be a power issue or anything like that. But still, it doesn't take much to get roads to be slick in these conditions. Snow-wise, as we track out the snow, this is more like Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday night. Maybe an inch, 2 inches as you go further north, but once again, not a big deal to really think about, but maybe Thursday morning commute could be something that could be kind of icy if we do refreeze any of the moisture on the ground right now. But snow-wise, we're not expecting a lot with this system coming through. So the 10 days we thought, we got a messy situation Tuesday, Wednesday, but once we get past Thursday morning, should be fairly quiet going into the weekend. Another snow chance comes Saturday. Temperatures there are pretty much where we should be, a little bit above, but overall not bad. And then maybe another chance coming in later in next week. But like I said, we got to get through tonight and maybe Wednesday night into Thursday morning for travel issues, and then we should be good for the weekend.
All right, Greg, thank you. Setting New Year's resolutions, it's not just for adults. Why kids should be setting goals for 2023 when we come back.
Now, First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
PB
and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
Just didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginneker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Bag sale, 15% off. So I was thinking we could fix up a few things around here. New cordless drill, so we can finally hang those pictures. LED bulbs, that'll help with the electric bill. Picked up some toothpaste for us. Always need batteries. New coat of paint for the mudroom. And finally, something to unclog that basement sink.
The bag is back. Hurry in and get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag now at Menards.
Morning. Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
Funny.
Good luck out there.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Ukraine's capital city has been hit by drones for the second night in a row. According to the city's military administration, at least 20 drones were shot down overnight. Several targeting critical infrastructure and energy facilities were damaged. Meanwhile, Russia's defense ministry says 63 of its soldiers were killed by a Ukrainian strike on a facility in the eastern part of that country where military personnel had been stationed. That strike, using a U.S.-supplied precision weapon, delivered a new setback for Russia, which in recent months has been reeling from a Ukrainian counteroffensive. Well, adults aren't the only ones who can make New Year's resolutions. It's a great time of the year for kids to also form good habits for 2023 and also beyond.
Bradley Blackburn has more on how to help set goals and stick to resolutions.
Wendy Severino and her daughters are making New Year's resolutions for the first time.
Spend more time together as a family, have dinner together 3 to 4 days without cell phones on the table.
And the girls?
I really just want to keep my grades up since I just entered high school.
Instead of scrolling through TikTok or any other apps, we could do something more productive.
Pediatrician Dr. Steph Lee says setting goals is important for children. Resolutions can help kids make good decisions, build self-confidence, and improve troubleshooting skills.
Especially if they have trouble with reaching their New Year's resolutions, then you can help them figure out how to adapt and persevere in order to reach their goals.
Some ideas from the American Academy of Pediatrics for preschoolers cleaning up toys by putting them where they belong or trying new foods, especially different colors of vegetables. For kids 5 to 12, drinking water every day and keeping soda and fruit drinks only for special times, or trying to find a new physical activity or sport and doing it at least 3 times a week. And for teens, trying to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep and resisting peer pressure to try cigarettes, e-cigarettes, drugs, or alcohol.
Make sure you try to encourage sticking to your goals, making sure to write them down somewhere so they're physically visible. Also, making sure that they're actually achievable.
These sisters are hopeful.
I think we can, with the motivation of our parents, we can. And
we stick together.
Yeah.
Get through it together.
Setting goals and bonding as a family. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
We'll have a final check on your first warn forecast when we come back.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland Furniture.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
New year, new you. Join Anytime Fitness and get 30 days free. Get more out of your membership than just machines. Because here, you can lift your weights and lift your mood. Now through January 31st, get 30 days free at Anytime Fitness. Hurry in now.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, And somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this new year and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. Residents told to evacuate in Northern California after wild winter storms cause record flooding. What to expect as the system moves east. Plus, new information tonight on the suspect accused of attacking 3 New York City police officers with a machete on New Year's Eve. The possible motive. And the incredible thing one college basketball star is doing for his very own sister in the spirit of paying it forward. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And we are very excited to introduce you to the newest member of the News 3 family. Morning anchor Leah Lynchide and her husband Zach welcomed their baby boy Zeke Zachary just before the new year.
Zeke, look at him there with a cool little New Year's celebration. It's just a few days later than the family was expecting, either fashionably late like his father, I didn't write this, or stubborn like his mother Leah.
Wow, Eric.
Who wrote this? Leah, we love you guys. I mean, I don't know, Steve Kane wrote that, by the way. Just let you know, he wrote all that stuff. Welcome to baby Zeke, handsome little guy.
Can't wait to meet him.
Final forecast.
Well, it's going to be kind of messy this evening, especially if you head north and west of Madison. Even Madison a little bit, probably until about 1 or 2 a.m. And then by the time you wake up, it should all be rain. But definitely if you're out tonight, there's the action right now going on to the north. But definitely be careful out there.
All right, James Brown in next with the CBS Evening News. We're back in 30 for News 3 Now at 6.